Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed building video, or welcome to the channel if you are new here. So in today's video I'm going to be building in the world of San Myshuno, which is the world that we got with the expansion pack The Sims 4 City Live In, and I'm going to be building a custom content apartment. Now it's been a hot minute since a couple of things that I said in that last sentence. Firstly, I'm building an apartment. I haven't built an apartment since around about January or February of this year, and we're nearly in July, so maybe an apartment speed build was a little bit overdue. But also, I'm using custom content, which if you're familiar with the channel then you'll know I never use custom content in my builds. Every single week when I bring out a new build, it's CC free. Until today, I just wanted to do a one-off and just showcase all the amazing custom content that I actually have in my game. Now, I do actually play and build with a lot of CC in my own personal gameplay, just because I can't live without custom content, if I'm being completely honest with you. Custom content creators and modders are just the backbone of The Sims 4. What they do is just chef's kiss, and I just really want you to sit down and build something using loads of different packs from loads of different creators and just kind of showcase all the items. I mean, highly doubt any of them are going to see this, but yeah, I just really wanted to showcase all their amazing work, and I had so much fun building this. It was so refreshing to use all these different items in a build and just clutter it up with so many little realistic details. You'll see as we get further into the video, there is plug sockets and light switches and home phones. I actually placed a home phone on this little side table over here. Like, why do we not have home phones in The Sims 4? I get that we're in 2021 and home phones for a lot of people are a thing of the past. I still have a home phone. I miss the home phones. Is it The Sims 2 or The Sims 3? I think it was both of them. We had landlines in the game and I miss them. But with CC, I was able to add them in. They're not actual usable and functional kind of phones. They're just kind of for decoration. But if you know me, you know I like a little bit of clutter. So when I was seeing all these different light switches and home phones, there's even a printer upstairs. There's a little office area and there's a printer up there. All of this is just, I can't praise custom content creators enough, honestly. But I do actually want to mention that all the stuff that I have downloaded and used in this build will actually be available to download, and it will be in the description box down below. Now, I wanted to focus on custom content packs or custom content kits. So you know how we get like stuff packs or we get kits and they're just kind of like bite-sized amounts of content? Actually, I say bite-sized. Some of the custom content packs that I've linked in the description box down below have like 60 plus items. It's a bit mad. What custom content creators do blows my mind, honestly. But everything will be in the description box down below, and they are all custom content packs. So I'd want you to focus on packs rather than individual downloads, because I didn't want you to have to go through 700. I have like 700 different web pages open for this chair that I've used in the lounge, or this bed that I've used upstairs, and like individual downloads I feel like will be quite hard for you to actually go and download individually. And so I kind of focused on custom content packs. I think I've got probably around about 12 different custom content packs linked in the description box down below. And also I want to mention that all of the stuff that I have linked is free to download now. So with custom content creators and modders, what they'll normally do is release their items that they've created onto Patreon beforehand for their Patreons to download, and then after a certain amount of time it will go free for the public to download. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's like 2 weeks or so, but I've actually used all the stuff which is free for you to download now. But I would say if you do have a spare couple of quid laying about, then I would highly recommend that you maybe become a patron to some of them, because all of this is just custom content. I don't even know how many actual game packs and expansion packs and stuff packs I actually used in this build. I don't think very many. I know I used Get Together because in the kitchen I actually did a little coffee espresso bar area. So you know them fancy coffee machines that we got from Get Together? I actually did like a little coffee area in the kitchen. I mean, I don't know actually what they're called. I just say coffee machines. I think that's what they're called. I'm more of an instant coffee kind of girl myself, but there is some of them in the kitchen. And then I also know that upstairs I did actually use a decorational item from Cats and Dogs. You know the kind of like cotton buds and cotton pad ball things, the stuff that you take your nail varnish off with. I used that decoration from Cats and Dogs in the bathroom. I don't know why I remember that one particular object, and I also actually use Jungle Adventure. I actually use a little stool here and I actually end up hanging a plant over it. But overall, I don't actually think I've actually used that many stuff from the actual Sims 4 game, like downloadable, buyable content like expansion packs and game packs. But as always, they'll all be in the description box down below, the ones that I did actually use, and along with like how big the lot is and how much it costs. I think it costs quite a lot of money, if I'm being honest with you, but it's a fancy place. This is for a fancy sim. Now I also want to mention, because I haven't actually mentioned it yet, there is actually a washing room or a laundry room, so I did also use laundry day, but then there is also one bathroom and one bedroom in this apartment. I designed it to be for a single sim, or maybe if you wanted to have a couple you could, but I was kind of thinking of a single sim who is doing so well in their career. They've probably got a single and loving it, what's it called, the lifestyle, you know, like the lifestyle trait things that we got from Snowy Escapes. They've probably got the single and loving it one. They're just, you know, they're exceeding in their career, they're doing the absolute best, and they've managed to buy themselves this really fancy apartment. I was more so thinking that the sim that would live here would be a famous celebrity, so I was thinking maybe they would be an actress or an actor, and maybe they also post videos to Sims version of YouTube, because I did actually put the video station on the upstairs portion of this build. But honestly, you could have any kind of sim live here. You could have a style influencer, I feel like that would fit in quite well, as well as an interior designer. If you wanted to, you could have a criminal if you really wanted to push the boat out. Honestly, it's not really set to one career, but on the upstairs portion, there is loads of different activities that makes me feel like maybe a famous sim lives here and they are a sim, a jack of all trades, put it that way. A sim of all trades, a jack of all trades, same kind of thing. But anyway, moving on from that, as you would have seen, I've already now actually started going in and doing the kitchen. I've already done the little entrance hallway area as well as the living room, and now I've actually moved on into the kitchen. So in the lounge, I'm going to call it a living room because a lot of the stuff that I use in there is from the living room CC pack. So let's call it a living room. Honestly, there's so many different names for a lounge. Some people call a lounge a front room in the UK, even if it's at the back of the house. I don't know why, there's so many different names for this type of room, but in the lounge living room area, I use a lot of stuff from the living room CC pack, which includes the sofa, the fireplace, and the TV. The TV actually looks like a painting when it turns off, which I think is just so... it just looks so good. It just matches so nicely. Sometimes you don't want to have just a completely black frame on the wall, basically. That's what a TV is at half the time when it's turned off, and so it was nice to be able to actually filter through all the different paintings that are on that TV, and then once your Sims actually turn the TV on, it goes into a normal TV. It's just so cool. But now I've actually moved on into the kitchen. So in the kitchen, I actually used 2 different CC packs for it. So the counters on the floor are from the kitchen CC pack, but then the cabinets on the ceiling are from the, I think it's the Halcon stuff pack. Basically, they're both stuff packs which are by Harrie. So the kitchen one was by Harrie and Felixandresims, and then the Halcon one, I hope I'm saying that right, I'm really sorry if I'm not, but that was just by Harrie herself, I believe. And so I kind of merged them in together because basically, as you would have seen, I wanted to do like this little built-in microwave area with this long counter. But when I actually came around to play test it, unfortunately, it just, no matter what I did, I couldn't get it to work. As soon as I moved that tall cabinet, it worked though. And so when you do actually download this build off the gallery, if you do decide to, I did actually just replace it with a normal cabinet. It just wouldn't work. I tried my absolute hardest to try and get it to work, and it just wouldn't work. I don't think it's a problem with the CC, by the way. I think it's just a problem with the Sims at the minute, because as you will notice, I've actually now moved on to the dining room, and I've actually purposely used CC free chairs. So the chairs that I've actually used are base game chairs. Now the reason, actually funnily enough, the chairs that I've actually used were actually designed by Harrie in the, I think it was the 21st celebration event, where a load of different custom content creators created things in the game, as well as other like modders that did recipes and all these different things. Those chairs are from the update. Now the reason why I decided to not use any CC chairs in this build is because basically, like I said, I play with CC in my own personal gameplay, and I've experienced it myself. At the minute, there's a lot of routing issues in the game, and I've actually said about this in one of my previous videos where I talked about the computer not working. So basically, a lot of the time in my game, I'll get a sim to go and sit at the computer, and they won't be able to unless I actually get them to sit at the chair and then click on the computer. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. There's a lot of routing issues, and it's a massive routing issue problem with CC as well. And obviously, I wanted to use all the amazing CC chairs, but even though I couldn't use CC, I feel like I made these chairs, which are by Harrie, fit in so perfectly, because it kind of feels like custom content because a custom content creator designed them and made them. But yeah, I didn't use any custom content chairs in this build just because at the minute there is a problem. I know it's going to be fixed soon and the Sims team are working on it, but I just wanted to say that's why there is no CT chairs in this build. But when you download the packs, they'll have loads of them in all the different various packs that I use, and hopefully one day soon the Sims team will actually fix all the routing issues in the game because there is so many. The staircase one always gets me. My Sims, you know when you have like a staircase, it's not like the straight staircase, it's kind of like a do you know what I'm talking about? Where you can like twist and turn it. Whenever my Sims seem to walk down them staircases, they always stand in the middle of it, then they drop down to the centre, like where the floor level is, they'll think about something and then they'll pop back up and then walk down the stairs. That's a massive issue that I'm facing in my own game. But yeah, anyway, moving on from that, I just wanted to mention that there is no CC chairs. There is armchairs and sofas and stuff, just no like dining room chairs or desk chairs. And also, whilst I'm on the subject of it, like I mentioned with the microwave area, I have playtested this whole entire apartment. The only one issue I ran into was literally just that little microwave area in the kitchen, but now I've since fixed that, and if you do decide to download this build off the gallery, then you will not run into any problems. But anyway, moving on from that, as you can see, I've actually now moved on to the upstairs portion of this build, and I've started off by doing the bathroom. So we did actually just do it the balcony and then the utility room downstairs. So on the balcony there is a little grill area for your Sims to have some barbecues, there is a seating area as well as some sun lounges, and then in the utility room there is a washing machine, a tumble dryer and a hoover or a vacuum, whatever you want to call it. Fun fact, quick fact though, because it's completely irrelevant to this video, but I actually found out recently that a hoover is called a hoover because, well, it's a vacuum, but people called it a hoover because apparently once upon a time there was a company called Hoover that produces vacuums, something along the lines of that. But I just thought it was quite interesting. But I'm always going to refer to a vacuum as a hoover because it's a hoover to me. But anyway, as you can see, I've actually now moved on and I've started doing the bathroom. So in the bathroom I use a lot of the stuff from the bathroom stuff pack as well as the cozy bathroom stuff pack as well, both CC, and then the counters are the same counters that I use downstairs in the kitchen but just in a different swatch. And you can see I'm just going in now and just cluttering it up with so many different clutter pieces. We've got little kind of like shampoo bottles and towelettes, and I've used that candle so many times in this build. I just love it. Me personally, I do love a candle. Whenever anyone asks me, like if it's my birthday coming up or Christmas, they're like, oh, what do you want me to get? I'm like, candle would do me. I love a candle, and there's a lot of candles in this build. But as you can see, I use this really nice bathtub which we actually got from the bathroom stuff pack. Now you might see this weird shadow underneath it. Ignore it. When you download it, you will not have that shadow. It's just the reshade that I've got in my game, which by the way, a lot of people ask me what my reshade is, and unfortunately every single time I put it in my description box, the link doesn't ever seem to work. But if you ever want to know what my reshade is, just Google Fantasia reshade, because my reshade is by Fantasia, and you'll find it. It's like the first Google search result. But yeah, whenever I seem to link it, it always seems to break the link. I don't know why that is, but anyway, yeah, my reshade is by Fantasia, and that's the reason. I actually played around with the settings once upon a time, so this is not exactly what you're going to get if you do download the reshade. I kind of like just one day I just came in and just had a little play about, and now I added all these shadows into my game, and so with certain objects I do get quite a harsh line, but I personally don't mind it. But anyway, moving on, as you can see, I've now moved on to this, I don't even know what to call it, activity room, miscellaneous room, things to do rooms. In here we've got the video station where your Sims can actually stand up. I was about to say sit down, but they actually stand up and record YouTube videos or some Sims Tube videos, and then they can reply to comments and hype up their videos. There is that here. I actually upgraded it as well, by the way. So when you actually normally pull it out the build and buy, you've got this small little digital camera, but I actually went out of this build, got a Sim to move in, bought that video station, got them to actually upgrade it to the best that it could be, and then moved them back out. So the video station is fully upgraded with all the different like HD cameras and the better lighting. And then I also did play some of the other lightings which we actually got from Get Famous behind it as well. And then I put one on the table just to brighten up the room and give your Sim the best possible lighting when they're making their videos. And then in this room as well, there is a keyboard. There is the music like station thing where your Sims can produce tracks. Like I said, this Sim is a Sim of all trades. There's so many different things in this apartment which could be related to any kind of job. So you could literally have a Sim that is maybe produces music live in this apartment, or you could have a YouTuber, or you could have a writer even. I was thinking that maybe you could possibly even have a writer and they run their own blog. honestly, there's so many different possibilities of jobs that your Sims could have, but I just thought that little music station fitted in quite nicely in the corner. But anyway, moving from that, as you can see, I've actually now moved on into the bedroom. Now, you would have just seen me actually just go around that little activity room and place down some plug sockets as well as light switches. Now, they're in every single room in this build, but the only thing is I actually went in off camera and actually just kind of budged them a little bit, because I realised once I was actually coming in and taking the screenshots that some of them were kind of going into the paneling of the wallpaper. The wallpaper, by the way, I believe is from the Brownstone collection by Harrie. I know that it's by Harrie, but I'm pretty sure it's by the Brownstone collection. I'm pretty sure it's linked in the description box down below either way, but I'm pretty sure it's from that collection. But I actually went in and actually placed all the plug sockets just so they were nicely placed within the paneling of the wallpaper, because realistically, if you've got light switches and you've got plug sockets and you've also got wallpaper on your walls, then you're not going to have them merging into the wooden panels. You're going to have them in like a nice empty space of the wall. And so it's just a small thing, but I just thought I'd mention it. When you actually download this build, if you do decide to, they will all be nicely placed within the little kind of pockets of the wood paneling. But anyway, as you can see, I've now moved on to the bedroom, and I actually used the bed which is from the Insomnia pack by Charly Pancakes. I love this bed so much. I placed it down in so many of my own personal gameplay households. In any house, this bed is somewhere in the build, but as well as the wardrobe as well. Actually, the wardrobe is also by Charly Pancakes, but as well in this bedroom, we do also have a little desk area. Now, the computer, the printer, the home phone, one of the books, and the pencil holder is by Pierisim, and Pierisim also designed this little armchair and ottoman thing that I've got put in the corner. And I'm just going to finish it off and place down this little kind of dressing gown robe kind of thing. I kind of had it in my mind that your sim would wake up in the morning, put on their dressing gown, pop downstairs and make a coffee at the espresso bar. But anyway guys, I am actually going to end this voiceover here, so as always you can download this build via the gallery. My origin ID is JessicapieYT, or you could search for the hashtag JessicapieYT or just the hashtag Jessicapie. Just make sure that you enable custom content when you do search for it though. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, if you do like my content then please do subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in my next Sims 4 speed building video. Bye guys.